All right, hello and welcome. Today, we are going to solve a mystery that, let's be honest, you've probably faced almost every single day. I'm talking about the great Singaporean QR code puzzle. I mean, why is paying for something as simple as a drink sometimes so confusing? Well, let's dive in and find out.
You totally know this feeling, right? You're at your favorite hawker stall, you're all set to pay, and then, bam! You're hit with this wall of black and white squares. It's like you have to pass a pop quiz before you can even get your hands on your lunch.
So, you've got your phone ready to go, but which app do you even open? And which of the 5 different codes do you point it at? Because if you try to scan a Net's QR code with, let's say, your Google Pay app, you're going to find out pretty fast it just doesn't work. Yeah, it's kind of a digital mess.
So, you gotta wonder, how did we even get here? Well, believe it or not, it wasn't some big mistake. It actually happened gradually. This whole payment puzzle was built piece by piece over many, many years, and that created the jumble we see today. Let's get into the backstory.
Okay, so this all started way back in 1985 with Nets, which, by the way, was a huge deal back then. Then, fast forward to 2017, and Pay Now arrives on the scene, letting us transfer money instantly. But right around that same time, a whole bunch of other apps, you know them, GrabPay, Google Pay, they all jumped into the game. See, everyone wanted to help us go cashless, but the catch was they all built their own separate systems.
And this right here, this is the core of the problem. The best way to think about it is like this. The older net system is like someone who only speaks one language. Meanwhile, all the newer apps, they all speak different languages. So they're all trying to talk to each other, but because they have their own technical rules and operate on completely separate networks, they just can't understand each other at all.
Okay, so if our system is all fragmented and messy, you have to ask, is there a better way? To find out, let's take a quick look abroad, to China, and see a totally different approach. Over there, they have something called the Super App.
Now, in China, one single app can do, well, almost everything you need in your daily life. Seriously. Think of apps like WeChat Pay or Alipay. It's your wallet, and your bus pass, and your bill payment center, and so much more all rolled into one. That's pretty amazing, right? The system is so smooth that it's often called the gold standard of convenience. Just imagine, paying for everything, from street food to your rent, with just one quick scan, from one single app. No confusion, no friction, it just works.
I mean, that sounds absolutely perfect, doesn't it? But, like with most things, there's always a flip side. So, what's the catch? What happens when just one or two of these apps become too powerful?
And here it is, the big drawback. When literally everyone, shoppers and sellers, is using the same one or two apps, they get locked in. And what that means is it becomes almost impossible for a new company with a fresh, maybe even a better idea, to break in and compete. In the long run, this can really slow down new ideas and innovation. Okay, so if we don't want our current messy system, and we don't want to be locked into a super app, what's the answer? It's a huge trade-off, right? China went for ultimate convenience, but Singapore, we're aiming for a system that encourages more competition. So the big question is, can we get that convenience without getting locked in? Well, Singapore is exploring a third option for the future, something called the digital Singapore dollar. All right, I know. The name central bank digital currency sounds super complicated, but the idea behind it is actually really simple. Just imagine a $1 coin. But instead of being a piece of metal in your pocket, it's a secure digital code on your phone. And because it's issued directly by our government, the MAS, it's just as real and just as safe as the physical cash you'd get from an ATM. And this is where the magic happens. Imagine one giant common pipe for all the money. Right now, every payment app has its own little separate pipe. But with a digital Singapore dollar, all your apps, DBS, GrabPay, Apple Pay, everything, they'd all connect to this one single pipe. And because they'd all be using the exact same kind of digital money, they could finally all work together, perfectly.
And you know what the best part is? For us, the users, nothing would feel complicated at all. All this incredible technology, the common pipe, the digital dollars, it's all happening behind the scenes. For you, paying for your chicken rice would still just be that simple, familiar scan with your phone.
So, we've got this cool idea of a common pipe and a digital Singapore dollar. But what does all of this actually mean when we go back to that hawker stall? What's the real payoff for all this futuristic tech?
Well, this right here is the dream scenario. We go from the payment puzzle we have today to just a simple scan.
Instead of all those confusing QR codes, there would be just one universal QR code. You could open up any payment app you like, scan that one single code, and poof, it would work. Instantly, seamlessly, every single time.
And you know, the benefits here go way beyond just the hawker center. A single, unified system like this would make everything more efficient, from you buying a snack all the way up to big Singaporean companies making huge deals with businesses in other countries. It would basically be one powerful, super reliable system for our entire economy.
So think about it. We've gone from coins to notes to cards, and now our phones are basically our wallets. This whole new idea of a digital Singapore dollar, it could be the next giant leap forward. The future of money is literally being created right now. And the really big question is, what's it going to look like for you?